So I did this live earlier. I called this "Call Me Usher," but my car turned on and then I was muted. So from now on, when I go on lives, I'm going to make sure my Bluetooth is off, and we're just not gonna connect to the car anymore and play that game. So I really apologize for everybody who came on the live earlier. I was super excited, but I wasted y'all time, and I apologize. And shout out to the lady who let me know that I was muted. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure if you subscribe or not. Regardless, I really appreciate it. All right, let's get to it. So, with this "Call Me Usher," it was really inspired because by me leaving the gym earlier, and I'm looking good. I'm looking scrumptious, looking delicious. So I'm leaving the gym earlier, and I got the muscle shirt, looking nice. And there's this lady with who I'm pretty sure is her husband. He's sitting like behind her slightly for some reason, like a staggered, and then she's talking to an LA Fitness at desk person, and I think so. It wasn't the front desk; it was like a side. So I'm thinking that they're registering for a membership, right? Well, I come into view, like I turn the corner and come into view, and she looks at me and quickly looks away. She broke her neck to look away, as if so. when women talk about choosing signals and stuff like that, when a woman does that, like just it wasn't like she looked at me and she said, like a disgust. She looked at me. I saw her look at my biceps, my pecs. I saw her. I saw her feeling me. And the way she looked away, definitely. Speaking of choosing signals, that was definitely like a guilty, like, man, he looked good. No, I could be wrong. But I've seen those many looks so many times that you might as well call me Usher, because Usher is out here trying to grab up everybody's girl. We need to rename that song from back in the day. He's climbing in your windows. He's trying to snatch your people up. He's climbing your windows. He's snatching your people up. Trying to touch on them on stage. You better hide your wife, hide your husband. You better hide your wife, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, and hide your husband, cause he touching everybody out here. So Usher is in the news again because of last night's Super Bowl, right? By the way, work today was terrible because I didn't eat enough wings to balance the 1 or 2 drinks I had. So yeah, and I don't. If anybody knows me, I don't drink. I really don't drink. I'm a lightweight. I like pina coladas. So 1 drink is okay. Whoa, I am a cost-effective date. I'm an economic date. 1 drink, I'm good to go. I'm ready. Call me Ready Freddy. That's Red Fox, right? So, anyways, so I had 2, and then I had some wings, but I guess I didn't eat enough wings because today I was feeling it. I was like, oh man, I was feeling it.
Obey traffic laws, be alert, and use voice commands while
But
driving.
anyways, so Usher is out there with Alicia Keys, right, touching on her, and it just amazes me. Is this in the contract? Like, is he allowed to just do whatever he needs to do because of their performing, right? Or maybe he's trying to blow up on social media to stay relevant, unlike Soulja Boy, who wants to put 5,000 tattoos on himself, maybe he's just trying to be relevant by doing stuff like that. Because this is not the first time Usher's been out here touching on people's wives and women or whatever, girlfriends, baby mamas. he was just on here for Keke Palmer. That was a big thing because Keke Palmer was booty butt naked on stage with Usher, and the whole world, the black community at least, was clowning Usher, was clowning Keke's baby daddy, who apparently isn't white. I mean, excuse me, isn't black, right? I'm pretty sure. So that was a big issue. Now let's look at both case scenarios. On this one, right here is a man who last night with Alicia Keys, her husband or boyfriend, whatever he is, because you never know these days. He actually posted today and said, "Hey, I support my wife. No negativity out here, as in like, guys, chill out. Stop trying to make it blow this up into something that it's not. I support my wife. Congratulations to my wife and congrats to Usher's performance." So that's what he said. So people are upset with that because everybody in the red pill community is like, man, if you don't know what that means, basically, if you don't know what that means, then you gonna find out sooner or later. So that's the outlook of a lot of people, But then look at Keke Palmer's situation. Alicia Keys was dressed. It didn't seem like she was wearing anything crazy, and she sang her heart out. Now let's look at Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer was out there booty butt naked looking for attention, and Usher gave it to her. Gave her the attention she was looking for. So then everybody clowned her baby daddy, particularly the women, because with Alicia Keys is the men, right? Maybe you could say that it's the men basically saying like, hey, that's not cool that Usher grabbing on your woman, that's not cool. Like, just to quickly touch on this. I mean, what was Alicia Keys supposed to do? Like, slap Usher? Like, what was she, or was her man supposed to jump on the stage and karate kick him? Like, what was supposed to happen? Like, what's the solution, right? So that's what I was saying. Is this in the contract? Did anybody like have a huddle? Because if I was Alicia Keys' husband, I would have been like, hey Usher. I would have been like Monique's husband. Hey Usher. Hey Usher. Hey, don't Keke Palmer my girl out here. I would have talked to him like, hey, I'm her manager. Don't Keke Palmer my girl out here, Oh, but you are? Oh, but you are gonna Keke Palmer my girl? Wait, this Super Bowl is gonna bring $50 million for one performance? Go ahead. I'll record it for y'all. I mean, that's what Steve Harvey say. Anyways, but the point in it is, right? Now let's look at the Keke Palmer situation. When people came out and said, hey, Usher is touching on this girl, and then the man, like Keke Palmer's baby daddy, is like, hey, I don't like what you're wearing. This is cool. This is cool. This is not cool. Black women particularly didn't like that because they were like, oh, you're trying to put boundaries and put your foot down and da. And also, I have to say, in the black community, there's this big thing about, oh, you can't date outside your race. So maybe that was a part of it as well, So in my earlier live, I was saying, you can't win. You can't win. You really can't win. Here's this man putting down some boundaries, and then here's another man who's actively accepting it, trying to not make it into a big deal. Trying to just calm everybody down. Like, hey, so he's being called weak, and basically people are insinuating that, hey, brother, if you don't know what may happen, you may just find out. And then on the other hand, here's another guy who was trying to say, hey, I don't like these. These are some boundaries. You need to behave like this so we can be a family. And he wasn't supported. The men supported him for sure. Us black men, I support that he had those boundaries. She shouldn't be out on stage booty butt naked with a man dancing on her. I don't care if you Usher. Don't do that. And then put some clothes on. You got kids. You got a kid at least. put some clothes on, Kiki. Kiki Palmer was on top of that stage with Usher, looking like Sister. You know Sister? You know the twin, Tia Tamari? Looking like she graduated out of her relationship. Like you graduated out of motherhood or something, because you got a kid and you need to set an example. And you don't have to look like Sexy Red all the time, you know? So Kiki Palmer's out there just trying to look for attention whatsoever. That doesn't make sense. And then the third person, remember I talked about Monique? Monique was just on 2 weeks ago with Cat, after Cat Williams was on about a month ago on Club Shay Shay. And Monique was saying, hey, these people attack me because of my husband. And they attack my husband. My husband is my rock. My husband is the reason why I'm doing better today. My husband has helped negotiate the best deals I've had in my career. And these people, such as Oprah and them, don't approve of my husband. And that really wasn't received like you would think should be received. So here are three different things, where Monique is actually actively saying, hey, what's going on? Like, why you guys keep trying to put my husband down? And then she's getting backlash from folk, right? And she's literally saying, we're actively being attacked. And you guys already know the Monique story, with Steve Harvey saying that if you want to help poor people, you got to start by not being poor yourself, which I agree with that statement. Then he also went on to say that this is the money game, right? The money game, as in he's not going to jeopardize what he got going on. The same Steve Harvey that said that he'll like a monkey and do whatever he needed to do to get what he wanted, to get to where he wants to get to. Stark contrast from people, stark contrast from his old, how would we say, old co-workers, from his Bernie Mac, which is a lot different from the legacy he left, right? But anyways, when the Monique was out there doing all that, she didn't get a lot of support, and now people like Taraji P and whatnot are saying it. So when you look at these three different people, Monique supporting and actively expressing her how would you say it? Her appreciation for her husband, and it's like, nope, nah, we can't have that. And then you have Keke Palmer with her man, who said, hey, I don't like these, here are some boundaries. I don't like the actions you're taking. We said no. And then here's Alicia Keys and her man, who says, hey, I approve, this is fine. We still say no. So regardless of what you do, you can't make anybody happy. Anyways, so let's move this conversation on. I was having a good time earlier because, just like I started this live about choosing signals, right? And how when I turned the corner, this woman, she looked at me, looked away. She broke her, because she was like, whoo, if my husband can read minds, I can't let him know that, ooh, this man is fine, just walking by. Now, I hope that's not the case. But let me tell you guys, when she did that, I was like, And here's the thing, maybe I was just feeling myself. And I deserve to. I deserve to feel myself. So look, I hung out with one of my good friends. She made me dinner. And we, had some wings and had 2 drinks. And she was kind of putting me down. She was kind of putting me down. So look, I did my, she just happened to have like a blood pressure thing. So she took her blood pressure, it was like 108, and then she took mine. It was like 138, which is high. And that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. And I was just at the doctor's a few days ago, and it read 120 like it normally does. Sometimes 117. So I've never seen 138 like that. So unless I'm exercising, right? So maybe it's alcohol, whatever, but she made me feel bad. And she was talking about basically that I had gained weight and stuff like that. And, and I have gained some weight. but more so like muscle. My fat percentage hasn't changed at all. And she's not a man, first of all. She's a woman, right? She's a smaller woman. And at that, she's an Asian woman. So the men she's usually used to don't look anything like me. I'm a big difference, right? But the way I was raised, I'm very receptive to people's opinions and critique, especially when I'm my biggest critique. And a lot of my workout is cardio to maintain my weight, you know, because I've always struggled with my weight. And I don't, you know, when I talk to bigger people, like fat people, and they bring up going to the gym, they always say, you know, they want to gain muscle. And then I'll say, hey, that's cool, but you know, you should just walk, run, drink water, fast, sleep, focus on those things first. They say, yeah, but I want to gain muscle. Well, for a guy who has a lot of muscle, me, our rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers made this comment. He said that he was always worried about being too muscular. And that's something I also worry about. I worry about having too much mass, you know? No matter where my mass level was, I've always had like a resting like belly, you know? I've never been able to get it to be really defined. And I'm working hard to try to get it to finally cut up and show some sort of resemblance of a six-pack, but it's extremely difficult. Anyways, so it's amazing that people always say, hey, you know, I want to gain muscle. But it's like, yeah, I know I understand you want to gain muscle, but you may end up gaining a lot of fat with it. Is this man gonna go or not go? What are you doing? Man, you just trolling. Oh my goodness. It's an Asian lady. Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all know that stereotype that they can't drive. Y'all know that stereotype. You're just in your own little world. Let me get in. Now I'm passing you. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm not passing her doing like 90. I'm doing 60, you know? I'm doing 62. And I'm chilling. I'm not in a rush nowhere. But it's just like that idol is so weird. It's like, do you want me to go or can I not go? To that point, I was just like, you just go. I'm going to cut behind you and do what I want to do. Anyways, so it's amazing when people talk about gaining muscle versus because people might actually dirty bulk by accident. And you think you've gained muscle, but all you've done is gain more body mass. And that body mass percentage, if you're gaining like 20% muscle versus 80% fat, you're failing, you know? So you really need to focus on, first of all, getting in control what you got going on. So that's what I always struggle on, making sure I'm getting myself in control. For example, I've exercised twice today, and I've done 6 miles, and I haven't eaten. It is 3 p.m., 3:30, right? And I haven't eaten. Why? Because I need my body to start tapping into my fat. And when I eat, you know, I don't just eat meat. I eat cashews and nuts as well. So that my body, I'm trying to train my body to eat fat. But anyways, moving on, right? So here I am working out, and this lady's in front of me, and it's so interesting. Speaking of like truth signals and whatnot, right? It's so interesting because, you know, when I tell the first story of this woman, I'm pretty sure is married, or that's her man, how she looked away, people could just say, oh, maybe she just didn't want to look at you. I get it. But here's this lady, right, in front of me. There are 2 girls. One's in front, and the other one's right next to her left. She got her own weight station. She got her own weight station. I got mine. And we're all like kind of facing each other because these squat racks point towards each other. Well, I knew she liked me because this lady refused to make eye contact with me the entire time. Which is feminine. It's actually very feminine that she's not trying to make eye contact. Because in the world of men, right, there are some things about men. and people. So smiling is actually showing defeat. You know, smiling is actually like conceding because, and I've seen this in real time. Like it's happened to me several times where me and somebody will get into a situation and we're very upset at each other, and then the other person will start smiling. And this is a man. He'll just start smiling, like not like that evil, like, oh, I got something for you smile. It's more like a nervous smile, let's move on kind of conversation, you know? Well, so this lady that made eye contact, she like looked away the entire time, you know? And when I tell you she looked, I'm talking about she's doing squats, looking away, like breaking, like, it wasn't like a I don't want to look at you. It's more like a I am shy look. And it was very cute and sweet. The other girl, I wasn't sure what's going on there. And I wish, because I'm tired now, but I would really wish that you guys could actually hear me in my first live where I actually better explain the situation. Because, because I was definitely feeling myself, which is a stark contrast from earlier last night when I was watching the game with my friend, because she definitely made me feel bad. And, you know, she doesn't know how much I work out and what I do, right? And it could have been the alcohol that made the blood pressure or whatever go up. But, you know, I didn't take it to heart. It's just that I've already been so, like, I already critiqued myself. So it was just adding on to my own personal critique of myself, you know? However, when I went to go work out today, and I'm walking around the gym, and I look at myself in the mirror, and I look at people there also at the gym, I'm like, oh, I look good. Oh, I look good. I look good. And then, so then, you know, because I'm working out, I'm not trying to, like, I'm confident, but I don't think I'm necessarily cocky. So as I'm working out, I exude confidence because you can't be afraid of the weight. So here I am just manhandling these weights, just, you know? And then the girl in front of me, she just got her little 45 pounds. And I mean, she's not little, like, she wasn't like this little cute princess kind of girl. You know, she came with her gym outfit. But definitely, I could tell that there was something there. Like, she was giving the choosing signals, okay? She was definitely giving them choosing signals. Now, if I come 2-3 more times and she give me the same choosing signals, I might make my move. But if I go there another time and I see her and she don't give me no choosing signals, I'm gonna be like, oh, you must have just been sick last time. You must have like a allergic reaction. You must have had some peanuts or something, because that made you, every time you look at me, you just look away. But anyways, that's it for this live because I'm exhausted. I just wanted to just do a recap because earlier's live was ruined because I was muted. Hopefully you guys can actually hear every single thing I said this time, and from now on, if I do want to do a live, I will make sure to just turn the Bluetooth off. That way the connection is not going to be interrupted whatsoever. Because what happened last time was I started the live with my AirPods in, then it switched to my car, and I'm not sure if I ever took my AirPods out to even begin with and put them back in the case. So it's like, where is the audio supposed to go? Is it through my car? Is it through my AirPods? Who knows? And so I was muted effectively, and that's very sad. And me going home now, I am starving, and it looks like it looks like it wants to rain. So I think when I get home here, I'm gonna make something to eat, and then I'm gonna work on my garden, because I have to get everywhere ready landscape-wise before things start growing. And if I mulch, that means I'll have to worry about weeds later on, you know. And if they start coming up, I can better tame them, you know, and the whole area will look fine. So I love to garden, but when I tell people I garden, that don't mean I have 30 different variations of tulips or whatnot. It just means that, it literally just means that I have mulch down and maybe 1 or 2 flowers per spot, per plot, you know? Yeah, and it just looks professional, looks clean, and I just want the home to look inviting, you know? So that's what I mean by garden. nothing else. And I man garden, so I garden for the future, to where next year it can be easier and easier. It's like last year when I did the plots and made them look nice. And I've paid gardeners to do it before in the past, but even with that, last year was a lot of work. I did it in the middle of spring. I had to pull out all sorts of weeds, differentiate weeds from actual flowers that were already there, that come in year after year. I had to just figure all that out. But this year, it was super easy. I laid some black cloth, some more on top of some mulch that I had already blown away. Basically double layered everything. And then where the flower come out, I make sure to cut a hole for it, But it was super easy. Like, I spent hours last year. This, so far, it's still hours, but it's not back breaking. And all that, I literally, maybe after a couple of scoops of different dirt or whatnot, managing everywhere, I could get into mulching, which is what I want to do. I could get right into mulching and getting everywhere set up. Anyways, I'm tired, so I'm going to get out of here. But if anybody came in, thank you so much. And again, sorry for earlier's live being muted. Bye.